Time for semi-final number 2 in the women's individual here at the 2021 Asian Archery Championships in the compound. And out come 2 of the best from Korea, Yoohyun and So Chaewon. Again, should be a terrific contest between these two.
Compound women individual semifinal. In target number 1, Yoohyun from Korea.
So there's all 32 years of age.
So Chaewon from Korea.
And here's So Chaewon. First look at her in this session. Already a gold medalist in the women's teams. So Chaewon not competing in the women's teams nor the mixed teams competition. She finished 10th in the individual qualifying with a score of 696. That was 12 points behind the top qualifier, whom we just saw defeated in the previous round or the previous match. Finished qualifying in 3rd position, 703, and has had 2 very comfortable wins in her matches so far. So, though, did beat the second seed, her compatriot Song, in the quarterfinals. So, she can play as we get the second semi-final underway. Good start for O. Yeah, that was a big wobble, wasn't it, Nikki?
It was a little bit of flinch there, so a bit of anticipation that shot was going to go off, but it didn't. She had to reset herself and make that shot.
Well, in the end, So did pretty well to recover to get a 9.
9.
Interesting to see all 3 of the arrows from So Chaewon drop below the horizontal there. So it's a 2-point lead for O after the first end.
Yeah, I suspect he's, we saw that kind of flinch on that first arrow, and that's a bit of anticipation, a bit of nerves, and what we call really, she's probably a little bit soft. So instead of pushing and pulling and keeping that nice balance on the back wall, come into a pressured environment, she's probably just softened off a little bit, not using the normal pressures, and that's perhaps why they've dropped low. She's just having a chat with her coach about it now, and I'm sure he's given her some confidence of what to do, and just keep going, stick to your normal process, you can do this. It's a good group. So she's just got to either maintain her pressures or adjust her sight a little bit as well.
Well, she's dropped 3 points in the first 3 arrows. Has So. Noticed on her 1-8 elimination, she scored 149. So that was a very good score. She won't match that in this match. But let's see if she can get on a roll here and lift her standard. So with a 2-point buffer heading into end number 2.
9. X.
Finally making it into the 10, made those adjustments she needed. But just looking way more comfortable.
10. 10.
Well, much better finish there for So, with 2 10s to finish that end. But there's 30 out of 30 for Yoohyun, who has just dropped the 1 point so far after 2 ends. And a 3-point buffer in compound after 2 ends is a nice buffer, isn't it, Nikki?
Yeah, it really is. You know, we've got 5 ends to go. We're not halfway through the match yet, but in these conditions, where the wind's not really playing a part at all, it's a much more close competition. You know, allowing your competitor to get that 3-point margin on you already. You've really got to just make sure you get everything else in there now. Try and put some pressure back on your opponent.
Absolutely. Reminding you, the winner of this match will play Jyoti Venom of India in the gold medal match. She defeated Kim Yoon-hee of Korea in the earlier semi by 5 points, 148 to 143. And just looking super solid. A couple of those arrows into the X zone. So here's end number 3 now. So Chaewon to go first to start the third end.
Nine. Ten.
Starting to look a little bit more relaxed. First arrow high of the centre of the target.
X. X.
Well, again, the radar's good from So to end. They end 2 10s.
X.
Brilliant stuff there from Yoohyun. She has now scored 10 or 6 10s in a row. So 2 perfect ends in a row there for Yoohyun, the 32-year-old, and that lead is growing by another point after that one.
Yeah, she's really shooting strong here, isn't she? I mean, she's world ranked 160th in the world. The only other tournament we've got her down for was an Asian Grand Prix earlier this year, where she took a silver medal individually. But you know, she hasn't really been out on these stages before, and to come here and shoot a 7:03, that's no mean feat. Shooting really, really well, especially under this pressure of shooting on a stage like this in the finals venue.
Yeah, it's a good point you raised there. She seems destined and born for the big stage. 89 from a maximum score of 90. She's only dropped 1 point in the match so far. That's very impressive. So in number 4 for So Chaewon.
X. X.
Wow. 7 10s in a row now.
9.
I think that might have clipped the arrow already in the target head. Something hit as it went in, and maybe a slight deflection.
X.
She's looking pretty unstoppable right now.
X.
So comes back with another fine arrow to end, but here's O going for 3 perfect ends in a row. Well, that's unfortunate. The run to keep going didn't quite get that rhythm and timing right on that one. The hold was just slightly longer, wasn't it, Nikki?
It was, yeah, a little bit of a longer timing. So the time she spent at full draw before that release aid went off and sent the arrow down. So, yeah, maybe she just took too long on it, wasn't confident enough, didn't do the normal routine, and, yeah, wide 9 as the result.
Still, it's very comfortable for Oh Yoohyun. She's got a 4-point lead with only 3 arrows to come. And that last arrow was a missed opportunity, but she's been very good all the way through the match, having just dropped 2 points, heading into the 5th and final end.
You could just see on that replay.
Yes. Sorry, Nikki.
She just tried to pull that arm across, didn't she, on that replay? So probably just aiming to the left when it went off.
Yeah, it's always the challenge of getting everything right on the shooting line. Right, here we go. 5th and final end of the semi-final. So Chaewon to begin the last end.
10.
Possibly relaxing into this a bit more. Arrow's starting to go a bit higher. Like I say, I think she just started off the match a little bit soft, a little bit under pressure. So still looking strong.
So last arrow here for So. Well, that's not the way she would have wanted to finish. She'll finish with a score of 141. So here is Oh Yoohyun on the cusp of making the gold medal match. She hasn't got a 10 to finish, but it's going to be good enough. She'll drop 3 points in what's been a very impressive semi-final win for Oh Yoohyun, who will go all the way to a gold medal match here at the Asian Championships for 2021. And she has proved too good on the day for her compatriot, So Chaewon, beating her by 147 to 141. Well, not all is lost for So. She will go and compete for a bronze medal against another Korean, Kim Yoon-hee. So that will be an interesting match coming up in a moment. But it is Oh Yoohyun who will go through to the gold medal match. And her opponent will be from India, Jyoti Venom. But if we reflect on that second semi there, Nikki, I think So, with those 3 9s in the first end, was really playing catch-up from that point, wasn't she?
Yes, she was. You know, they grouped well. They were just low. As I say, I think probably the nerves got to her a little bit soft. Didn't make the adjustment quick enough. Started the next end with a 9 as well, and she never really came back, and then making that mistake in the final end. So, Oh Yoohyun, you know, she shot amazingly well through it. 147. Jyoti got a 148 in her semi-final. So we're going to have a really good gold medal match to come.
Yeah, if Oh can continue that strength that we saw during that match, where she had 8 10s in a row, it should be a terrific gold medal match coming up shortly. And she ended up being too good, even though she didn't quite finish with another perfect end. That 9 was good enough for her to comfortably win that semi-final.